TK here. Today I want to talk about something that I've wanted to talk about for a long time. The concept of consoles being dead. Where does this come from? I mean, you always hear this all the time, like, oh, the PS3 is dead, the Wii U is dead, but you don't hear the NES is dead, the Atari 2600 is dead. Why is that? Why don't we hear things like that? It seems like last generation consoles, often people say this console is dead. And I want to talk a little bit about that, like what does that mean and why that's occurring. And these are just my opinions, ideas, and theories about why this is happening. Anyways, let's just start off with the Xbox. Nobody ever says Xbox is dead, because Xbox can mean so many different things, especially with the term Xbox One. Most people call an Xbox One just, oh, it's my Xbox. So they did the same thing with Xbox 360. And of course they did with the original Xbox. So you never heard Xbox is dead. In the past, you also never heard the PS2 is dead. And the reason for that is the PS2 was manufactured all the way to 2013. And the last PS2 game came out in 2014, I want to say. And another thing that's important to consider is you never heard the GameCube was dead. Nobody ever said that. And you know what all three of these, like the 7th gen systems, have in common? They were all backwards compatible with the 6th gen systems, or 5th gen systems in the PS3's case. And of course, there were specific PS3s that didn't play PS2 games, but here nor there. So that's why you never heard that. I mean, and I recall as a kid and back in the day, a lot of systems weren't backwards compatible, but I don't ever recall people saying that, oh, the previous system is dead. It's just like we just kind of moved on to the next console, or where we didn't think about it, or we just played our old ones what we had, because games were so much more expensive in a lot of respects if you consider inflation back in the day, and a lot of kids didn't have 30, 40 games. They had maybe 10, 15 games tops, if that. Sometimes you had even less, because there was such easy access to renting games back then. You'd rent them from your video store or wherever, but so I think, yeah, backwards compatible is the reason, because once we got into Xbox One and we got to the PS4, at launch, neither one of those systems had backwards compatibility. And that was a huge factor for why people would say the PS3 or the Xbox 360 is it, because they were trying to justify their purchase, even though initially either one of those consoles had a lot of good games at launch. But it was like, well, I have to justify my purchase, and plus all the big channels like IGN were saying, well, the Xbox 360 is dead now because we have the Xbox, or saying crap like that. And let's face it, guys, people have been saying the Wii U's been dead and on arrival, honestly. Even after they started getting good games, people were still saying, oh, the Wii U is dead. It's all wait for Nintendo's next good console. And then what I think is really funny, too, is you have people who are like, how come there aren't more Wii U games ported to the Switch? How come all we've gotten is Mario Kart 8 and Pokken Tournament and Zelda Breath of the Wild? And it's like, maybe you should have supported the system, honestly, and you probably would have saw more of that. But, hey, nobody supported that system. So why would they give you games that you didn't care to invest in to begin with? That's the way I look at that aspect of it. And you know what? At the end of the day, guys, consoles don't die because, first of all, they're not living things. They are not living things. They never have been. I mean, yes, I know we think of them as like a personal friend and everything, but no, they're not living things. Consoles never die. And another reason I think people say that consoles die is because of the end of online support for those consoles. For example, like, people don't realize this, but people were still playing Final Fantasy XI on PS2 up until last year, which is crazy to think about, since, you could probably play it through your PS3, and they were still playing it on Xbox 360, believe it or not. But now I think it's only on PC, I want to say now. But I don't think it's not a big group of people playing it anymore like it used to be. And, and again, the thing about it is you can still buy games on WiiWare, on the original Wii. You can still buy games on a PS3, on the PlayStation Network. In fact, you can buy games that are only on PlayStation Network's PS3, PlayStation Network, that aren't available on your PS4. You can still play a lot of games online. For example, you can play Call of Duty Modern Warfare Reflex on the Wii You can play that game that came out in 2009. You can play that online on your Wii or Wii U, in fact. To me, consoles to me don't die. Do games die? Yes. Games actually can die, and the reason I say that is because there are some games that are basically a paperweight. You cannot play those games anymore. For example, the game Mag. You can no longer play the game Mag on PS3. In fact, I bought it, and I think I played it one time and then never played it again. Now you can't even play it because there's no online servers. And then sometimes these games can come back to life, and there's ways of people create their own online servers or something. I don't know how exactly that works, but yeah, online games can absolutely die. There are people who are, if people are no longer playing them, they don't exist. They might as well not exist. They're a paperweight. There's no function. There's no purpose to them anymore. But yeah, I think saying the Wii U is dead is like saying the Atari 2600 is dead. As long as there's an Atari creep playing Atari 2600, then it's alive. People are playing it, I guess is the point. As long as there's an NES Punk playing NES, it's still a system that is alive. So my point is, people have got to stop saying this console is dead. It's stupid and it makes absolutely no sense. Alright, that's all the time I have for today. What do you guys think? Do consoles really die? I mean, are they physical creatures? I mean, what are your thoughts? What is a console that you love and are keeping alive by playing it? Anyways, thanks for watching and keep on gaming.